Have you ever felt crushed by failure, unsure of what your next step should be? Or maybe you've chased success only to find it slipping further from your grasp. What if I told you that failure isn't your enemy, but the very key to unlocking the life you're meant to live? Today we'll take a journey, a story of resilience, transformation, and how embracing failure leads to unimaginable success. Stay with me until the end for today's life lesson, one that may just change how you see your struggles forever. And before we begin, I'd like to know who's listening to my stories. Share your name in the comments, and I'll choose one lucky listener for a shout-out in my next video. Your story matters just as much as this one. Now, let's begin. There was a time when a young traveler came to me, weary and broken. He had failed many times. Each defeat felt like a stone tied to his heart, dragging him down. With tear-filled eyes, he asked me, "Why do I fail, wise one? Does life delight in my suffering?" I smiled and placed a small seed in his hand. "You see this seed?" I asked. "Buried in darkness, it feels trapped, but that darkness is what helps it grow. Without the soil's embrace, there is no growth. Failure, too, is the soil in which success takes root." Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every fall, every setback, every no, each one is a teacher. But only if we choose to listen. When I was younger, I too was afraid of failure. I thought every mistake was the end. But one day I stumbled upon a great river, rushing with fierce determination. I tried to cross it, but I slipped and was pulled under by the current. Panic took hold. I fought against the river, desperate to stay afloat, but the harder I fought, the more I sank. And then something shifted. I surrendered. I stopped resisting and let the river carry me. It didn't take me to the place I wanted, but it took me where I needed to be. A calm shore where I could stand tall again. You see, failure doesn't drown you. Your resistance does. When we stop fighting and start learning, failure becomes a raft instead of a weight. Many of you might say, "But I have tried everything and I still fail." To that I say, the greatest tree was once just a sapling that bent and swayed with the storms. Did it stop growing because the wind was too strong? No, it bent, but did not break. It endured. And with each storm, it grew stronger roots. When we fail, we must ask, what did this teach me? What can I do differently? Every failure is feedback. Every setback is a redirection. Life is not punishing you, it's preparing you. Take the story of a potter. Each time he shapes the clay, it cracks under pressure. He doesn't curse the clay. He studies it, changes his technique, and tries again. With time, the cracks lessen, and a masterpiece is born. You too are clay. Every failure molds you, if you allow it. But beware, fear of failure is a thief. It steals our dreams before we even begin. When fear whispers, "What if you fail again?" Instead ask, "What if I grow stronger?" You'll never know the strength of your wings if you refuse to fly. Let me leave you with one final thought in today's lesson. Failure is not your enemy. It is your companion, guiding you toward resilience, wisdom, and success. The young traveler who came to me, he embraced failure, learned from it, and eventually stood taller than any mountain. You too can become that traveler. The path is not without storms, but every storm has a purpose. Embrace failure, unlock success, and discover the unshakable strength that lies within you.